That's what people don't realize, is that when you're in tinnitus, the bothersome, hellish, this is never going to end, it feels like it's never going to end. It seems like it's never going to end. Objectively to you, in that experience, when you're stuck in the tinnitus, when you first get it, the initial onset, or if you've been even in it for a while and you've never learned to sit with the experience and observe it without freaking out, and you've just kind of allowed it to spiral you, then you believe it's never going to end. You do believe that. You believe that and it's not that the sound, it's that you've attached your future, what you believe your future is going to be, to that sound. For example, you heard, well, the sound can't go away, so therefore I can never be happy because I need the sound to go away in order to be happy. It's not true. You've told yourself that's true. And so because of that, you think, well, if the sound will never go away, and you wake up and you check for it all the time, and you're listening to it, and you're focusing on it, and you're, oh, yep, it's always there. I can't be happy today because the sound's there, because I've told myself that I can't be happy unless the sound's gone, right? Do you see how you're creating a hell for yourself? You're creating the hell that you're in, because you're saying, if I have the sound, the ringing in my ears, I can't be happy. Therefore, if I wake up and hear the sound, I can't be happy. And people will do that, just loop like that for a long time. First off, who told you that you need the sound to go away in order to be happy? Is that even true? Your brain told you that. Oh, that's right. Your mind told you that. And you believed it without questioning it, because you don't question any of your thoughts. You're driving down the road, someone says to cut that person off. You probably cut them off. You probably fly off the handle. You've never learned how to sit there and objectively question, is my mind actually right? Are my thoughts actually true? Because a lot of your thoughts just aren't true. There's thoughts that tell you that you should not go to the gym. You probably should go to the gym. You should probably ignore that thought and go to the gym. There's thoughts that'll tell you, cut someone off, or road rage. You should probably not listen to that thought, bro. Even though it feels true, that anger rises up in you. Oh, this price is injustice. I need to do something. I'm offended. Right? That's what it feels like. You should probably not do that. That's bad. So when tinnitus comes onto the scene and it's saying, well, we have the sound, and therefore, because we have the sound, we can't be happy. You should probably look at that thought and say, wait a minute, wait, let's pump the brakes there. Who says we need to have everything our way in order to be happy? Oh, that's the ego says that. That's right, the ego, because the ego wants everything its way. It wants to control everything. It wants to be in control. So we can look at that. We can say, well, we don't have to have everything go our way in order to be happy. We don't have to get our way in order to be happy. It's called being an adult, right? As a child doesn't get his way, and a child complains, I can't be happy because I don't get the toy I want. Man, that's how a child acts. An adult acts just the same way. I can't get what I want. I can't stop the ringing, so therefore I can't be happy. It's very similar to how a child behaves. Okay? So you have to learn to sit there with your experience and learn to change your thoughts and say, just because my mind is telling me that I can't be happy with this ringing doesn't make it true. It doesn't. It's a thought. I can choose to believe it or not. It feels real, but it doesn't mean that it is real. And that, being able to do that is everything. Being able to question your thoughts is everything. That's what it comes down to. Those who can reframe their thoughts, they go on to habituate. Those who can't, those who are just, they watch my content and they keep posting, I'm suffering, I'm never going to get any better, this is terrible, I can't. I'm like, help is right here. But we can break the tinnitus loop for you at any time. They don't want it. They can't let go of the fact that their thought is something that probably doesn't have to be true. Or you don't have to suffer forever. And that's one of the biggest concepts that I've learned in tinnitus is that, especially in these forums, I'll go on these Facebook forums and I'll ask them, I'll say, how long have you guys suffered? And they'll be like, a long time. And I'm like, no, how long have you suffered? You did not suffer that entire time. There were moments where you didn't, right? And it's funny because like you do find the people who've said, oh, I've suffered for a really long time. And you ask them about it. You say, well, what did you do? Oh, I spend 3 hours a day in these forums, and I listen to my tinnitus, and I just avoid everything, and I Google cures. And you're like, well, you did all the wrong things, man. You made your life about it. You literally told your brain to think about it nonstop, and your brain listened to you because that's what it's going to do. So what do you say? People don't want to change what they're doing, but they're expecting a different result. They're expecting themselves to recover, but they're continuing to do the same thing. Albert Einstein said that was insanity, or right? If you do the same thing over and over and you expect a different result. And that's what a lot of people with tinnitus do. You have to do something different to get a different result. That's how reality works. You have to try something different. You have to dare to believe that recovery is possible, because it is. And that requires an identity shift. And a lot of people are afraid to do that. Because if you let go of your suffering, you have to enter into the unknown. You have to accept the possibility that you could be let down. It's terrifying. The unknown is terrifying for a human mind. They don't want to accept it. They'd rather stay in the suffering because at least it's familiar. At least they don't have to face the unknown. Yeah, it sucks, but hey, at least I can control it, right? Some aspect of it. And that, welcome to the core of human suffering, right there. Jesus tackled it 2,000 years ago, and he told the blind man, he said, you want to see? And the blind man was like, well, I've been blind for years. Started making excuses. Jesus is like, I didn't ask you how long you had it. I asked you if you wanted to see. Do you want to be made well? Some people do. A lot of people don't. But if this really resonates with you, comment below, smash the like button, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.